Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this won't be a fiasco like yesterday's beers was from Evil Twin. Their firewater was horrific, guys. In case you didn't see yesterday's beer review, you need to go back and check it out. It was the worst beer I've ever had from Evil Twin, and it left such a bad taste in my mouth, and got all over the table, the computers, all over me. It was so overcarbonated. It's probably the worst overcarbonated beer that I've ever done in over 1,900 beer reviews, guys. So somebody needs to go back to school on that. Whoever was in charge of the brewing process or the bottling process, it was still fermenting in the bottle evidently. And that has been in the refrigerator ever since I picked it up and brought it home. So it's not been sitting in a shelf, a 70-degree shelf, where it could continue fermenting. Of course, it didn't have a date on the bottle. Nothing that I could read anyway, unless you got to have Superman vision to see these dates on some of these bottles. This one is Mean Old Tom from Maine Beer Company. This was sent to me by Margaret and the gang up there at Maine Beer Company. And I think I've done this one before, guys, so this is probably going to be a re-review. They sent me a t-shirt and a couple of beers, and they do some really tasty stuff. Their lunch and dinner. I had somebody send me that because I can get some of their beers here, and I think I can get this one here. But some of their other beers are such highly sought after beers. They don't make it down this far into Virginia from Maine. They're bought up there, and people enjoy them, and they are very, very tasty, and I understand why. So let's get on with this one. This is a stout, and according to what the label says here, stout aged on natural vanilla beans. And right on the side, it's got 1110 of 2015 and 6.5% alcohol. That's how it's done, Jeppy. You put the date on the label, buddy. And if you don't know how to do that, get out of the damn beer business, brother. I'm tired of buying beers that have no dates on them, or you got to have a microscope to find a date on them, or it's in some kind of silly ass code. Wake the frick up, boys. That's not how it's done. It's 2016. Shit, get off the pot. Put the information on the label where we can read it, not some silly digitized code or a stout that's got some kind of black writing on a dark brown bottle that you can't see until the bottle's empty. Wake the frick up, guys. It's time for y'all to step up to the plate or get the hell out of the kitchen as far as I'm concerned. And I've told you this before, guys. A lot of times I won't buy a beer because of not being able to find the date or see the date. It's time for these people to wake up. And I've told you this too before. They don't have to. If Virginia doesn't require them to put a date on the bottle, they don't have to. But if they want this guy to buy their beers, they're going to start having to do it, or the shit's going to sit on the shelf until the cows come freaking home. Let some other sucker buy it. So we got to have a date, and I'm going to just about say it has to be on the label where I can read it, and not some kind of digitized crap on the bottle some freaking where. So I'm still chapped over yesterday's beer. It went all over the computers, all over me, all over the table, went every freaking where. So and that was probably the worst beer that I've ever had from Evil Twin, and it left such a sour taste in my mouth because of the way it was that I probably won't buy any Evil Twin beers for quite a while. They can sit on the shelf. That's the way I feel about it. tired of spending my hard-earned money for a beer that it does that silly ass shit. And like I said, God only knows how long that's been sitting around. I mean, if it was without no date on the bottle, how's anybody supposed to know? It could have sat a year in a distribution warehouse somewhere before it made it to the shelf. So, sick and tired of it. 2016, put the date on the label where we can read it, or get the hell out of the beer business. That's the way I feel about it. Alright, let's get on with this one. And on a cheerful note, I do appreciate Margaret sending me this package, and all the gang up there at Maine Beer Company for watching my reviews. I do like your beers. You do some nice stuff, and you've been doing the dating stuff on the labels for a long time. It's not rocket science, guys. It's right here written in black on a white label where you can see it. It just blows my mind that these people want to produce beers and not put a date on them, especially a low ABV beer where it's not going to keep for a long time, or it's going to keep. Evidently, they didn't let it mature out before they bottled it. It was still fermenting in the bottle. So that's why you get that big hiss, and you get 5-10 fingers of freaking head, and it runs all over the table and everywhere else. That's uncalled for. If you can't brew beer better than that, get out of the beer business. That's what I say. And as much as I like Evil Twins beers, that was the worst one I've ever had from those guys. So let's get on with this one. Mean Old Tom, 6.5%er. I don't have the IBUs on this, and I don't think it's on the bottle anywhere. I would like to see that information on the bottle somewhere, just to know, just so I can tell you guys, so what to expect. So commercial description says, our American style stout aged on organic vanilla beans, intense notes of coffee and dark chocolate lead way to subtle notes of natural vanilla. Flaked oats generate a silky mouthfeel. I like some oats in the beer. That does give a nice creamy mouthfeel to the beer. And this is a little bit bigger bottle than a 12 ounce and a little less than a 22. I think it's 1.9. Yep, 1.9 fluid ounces. 1.9 fluid ounces. So, pretty good sized bottle. Enough to share. Let's get on with this one. Food pairings for this style of beer. Cuisine is barbecue, cheese is buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti, swift, earthy, camembert, fontina, and since it is a stout, goes well with chocolate dishes, of course. Meat is beef, shellfish, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. As far as pint, becker, 9-tumbler mug, style of Sedell. Got my favorite glass today, the solid beer glass. And it says here, not recommended for extended selling. 6.5%. That's going to keep for a little while. But I don't know if the vanilla bean thing is going to fade over time. So you probably want to do this probably fairly quick, I would think within 6 months or so. So, and it's got the date on here, so you can make that call yourself. This was done in November, on November the 10th. So we're in the beginning of 2016, so I feel pretty comfortable that it's going to be pretty tasty and pretty fresh. So, I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about on this one. So let's get the cap off of this one. Nice little hiss, not a massive hiss like yesterday's beer. It just runs all over me, guys, when that shit happens. Especially somebody as talented as Jeffy is, and produces and distributes a beer like that. Where's the quality control there? I don't think there is any. About a finger of head on that pour, over to the light. It is pitch black, guys. I'm not getting even any light through the thin part of the glass. Very reminiscent of what a stout should look like to me. Just my opinion. Very nice. Nice off-white khaki colored head. Nice creamy look to the top of the beer. There are some bigger bubbles in there from that pour. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, it smells so good. Rich roasted malt, some caramel and toffee, some coffee. Hints of some vanilla in there from the vanilla beans they've used. But the roasted chocolate style, or the roasted malt and the chocolate and the coffee is standing out more than anything else. Oh, it's got a wonderful, wonderful aroma. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Marvin. Cheers to all the gang up at Maine Beer Company. Cheers. Cheers to all y'all. Hope you're not getting too much snow up there, and if you like snow, that's the place to be probably. I don't care for it. I'm glad it's been 60s and 70s here, but it's getting ready to turn cold again, so another reason I want to head to Florida. Cheers, guys. Oh yeah. That is so tasty. That is delicious. Rich roasted malt, coffee, caramel, toffee, hints of vanilla. Maybe even a little bit of dark fruit in there. But the coffee and the chocolate and a little bit of that vanilla is standing out, and the roasted malt is standing out more than anything else. Very well made beer. Very well made. And for all you guys up in Maine, up in the upper northeast corner of the United States, when it's blue cold outside and there's 3 feet of snow, great beer to have, sit by the fire and enjoy. Nice beer to fire up a Maduro wrapped cigar and sip on this for a while. That's what I'm going to do. So let me sip on it, come back and see where this one ends up. Looks pretty impressive. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so, maybe even 40. Very tasty beer. And like I said, I think I have reviewed this one earlier this year. Earlier in 2015. This is a 2016 edition of this beer. And these guys up in Maine Beer Company know how to brew a tasty beer. And they give you the information. I would like to see the IBUs on there, but it's not critical. They've got the date on the bottle. It's on the label. They got the ABV on the label, so you know it's not overcarbonated like yesterday's Firewater from Evil Twin. And final note on Evil Twin, I hate to keep dragging that beer into this review, but and I'm friends with Jeppy, and he's the brewer. He's McKellar's brother, and he's brewing his beers here in the United States, and I'm friends with him on Facebook. But he has never commented on any of the beer reviews that I've done or any of that. So I guess he's a busy man. But as far as I'm concerned, he can go sit on a 10-foot flagpole and rotate and radiate until the damn cows come home. You've seen the last review of an Evil Twin beer. Unless somebody sends me one, I'm not going to spend my money on any Evil Twin beers from here on out until I see a date on the freaking label, like these guys here at Maine Beer Company does. I'm tired of spending my hard-earned money or having you guys spend your hard-earned money and buy beers and then spend more money to ship them to me when it ends up being a shitty or a crappy beer. And Jeppy does better than this. And having a bad beer like the Firewater yesterday's beer, with it being so way overcarbonated, leaves a more lasting impression on me than having 2 or 3, maybe even 5 good beers. I remember that one bad one that I had more than I do those bourbon barrel stouts and all that other stuff. So, final note on this one, and like I said, when I get done with this one, I may even go in and unfriend him on Facebook and send him a little message about what this old country boy thinks of his operation. If you can't do anything better than that, go back to Denmark where you're from and sell your damn shitty ass beers over there, your high priced shitty ass beers over there. Till you learn how to do a good beer and date your beer on the label and not some kind of digitized code or whatever on the bottle where you can't read it till the damn beer has been poured out of it. You suck. Learn a lesson from how the Americans do it. You put it on the label right here. Very easy to read. You can tell it when you pick it up off the shelf. The guys at Maine Beer Company have been dating their stuff for a long, long time. It's right on the label. No questions. Easy to read. Month, day, and the year. ABV is on there. No questions at all. Learn a lesson, Jeppy. Do your beers right or carry your ass back across the pond. I hate to be that way, but I'm tired of spending my hard-earned money on something that blows all over the carpet and the computers and me and everywhere else because you don't know how to date your beers. And if you're dating the case, you might as well date the bumper on the frickin' truck. Same difference. Nobody's going to be buying a bunch of those beers, especially in a 22-ounce bomber, when you don't know how old the damn beer is. So that's the final note. That's my 2 cents worth. So as far as I'm concerned, Jeppy, you can go straight to hell. Alright, let's get on with the Maine Beer Company. These guys know how to brew a beer. Margaret, thank you very much, darling. I do appreciate you sending me this. Y'all do some awesome beers up there in the cold state of Maine. This is very tasty, guys. This was very, very tasty. A drastic change from what I had yesterday. So, hopefully we'll start off 2016. And I've got a bunch of dragon milk beers that were sent to me, and they're all been done in different barrels. So may do a series of those over the next week or so, and try to get to those and review those, because each one's been done a little bit different. And I have not seen those beers here. I had the regular Dragons of Milk, but all these have been done in different barrels, aged in different barrels. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure they're going to be pretty tasty. So let's do the final chug on this one. This was a great beer. Went very well with the Maduro wrapped cigar that I had. The Punch Bare Knuckle, matter of fact, is what it was with this one. Nice roasted malt on this. So pleasant beer to have. Final beer of the evening, as a matter of fact. The coffee is there. The chocolate is there. The roasted malt is there. Maybe some slight hints of some dark fruit, but the coffee and the chocolate and the roasted malt stand out more on this beer than anything else. So, final chug. Oh, that's awesome. That's delicious. The only way this could be better is to put it in a bourbon barrel or something like that. And I hate to take up so much of this beer review on the shitty ass beer that I had yesterday from Evil Twin, but I had to get that off my chest, guys. I do. I just don't like it when I get a beer of that caliber of a brewer that is that way overcarbonated and it has no dating anymore. Like I said, that leaves a more lasting impression on me than having 5 or 6 or maybe even 10 good ones. And his beers are not cheap, guys. They're pretty pricey here. So I'm not going to be spending my hard-earned money on it anymore until I see a date on the label that I can read. So, Jeppy, you and your Evil Twin can hit the high road. I won't be buying any more of your beers till I see a date on them on the label. So, with that being said, this is a great beer, guys. As far as I'm concerned, it's a 9 out of 10. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, it would probably be a 97 or a 98. Pretty damn tasty. Definitely worth picking up. And I would buy this beer. Like I said, I think I bought one earlier, and it is available. I wish beggars can't be choosers, but I wish I'd got a lunch or a dinner or something else that they do from up there. Because some of their beers do come to Virginia, and I think this is the one that does show up here. So, very tasty, very nice beer, very nice beer. And they're not super overly priced like some of them are. So, very nice. I would buy it again. It's definitely worth picking up if you're into the stouts, and it's not quite to the imperial scale, 6.5%. Not far from it though. In a nice sized bottle, you can share. So, like I said, 9 out of 10 for me on this one, guys. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 88 in a very good range. I think that number is considerably low. I do think it's an A beer, guys. And over to Rate Beer says overall 98 and 99 in the style. I'm more inclined with these guys at Rate Beer on the ratings than I am with Beer Advocate. And I can tell you guys all the time, some of these guys, unless it really blows their hair back or their socks off, they're not overly impressed. And I try to be as honest as I can with you guys and tell you what I think. And if it's a great beer, or a lovely beer, or a 10 beer, I'll tell you that. Or if it's not, I'll tell you that too. I'm not here to influence people or make friends. After 1900 beer reviews, I think I know the difference between a good one and a bad one. So this is a good one. This is definitely worth picking up. So once again, Margaret and the gang up there at Maine Beer Company, stay warm up there. I appreciate the beer mail package and the t-shirt. And come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what we can dig out of the fridge. I can guarantee you one thing. Won't be an Evil Twin beer. See you then.